as yet ever more evidence mounts demonstrating the significant anti-Trump bias existence amongst Robert Mueller and his special counsel team in their Russian collusion witch hunt. Yet another person within the FBI ranks bites the dust. This time it is James Baker, the FBI's leading lawyer and also considered widely to be a confidant of disgraced former FBI Director James Comey. Baker will be reassigned from his current post, marking the first major personnel change by current FBI Director Christopher Wray since he took over the Bureau. News of Baker's removal from his post came just hours after FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe delivered private testimony before the House Intelligence Committee. Wray made a woefully transparent attempt to spin the reassignment as an effort to bring in new blood as the Bureau's reputation rests in tatters over the bombshell revelations of startling bias influencing two high-profile investigations involving President Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Baker formerly oversaw the Bureau's Office of General Counsel and was the subject of a leak investigation during the summer of 2017 after Attorney General Jeff Sessions ramped up efforts to contain leaks both within the White House and within its own national security apparatus. He was considered to be the top suspect in an interagency leak investigation according to multiple sources. Baker has played a key role in many major cases handled directly by the FBI as well as many policy debates in the recent years. Of note, Baker was part of the FBI's unsuccessful attempt to further strip Americans of their Fourth Amendment rights in their unsuccessful battle with tech giant Apple over the growing use of encryption in cell phones. President Donald Trump and his political allies have sworn to clean house at the FBI in the wake of what many consider the Bureau's disgraceful handling of both Hillary Clinton's email investigation and more recently the Trump and Russia probe. Baker is also considered to be a very close friend of Comey. Comey previously asked Baker to serve as his general counsel and the two men were colleagues at both the Justice Department and also at investment management firm, Bridgewater Associates. Comey took to social media in his public defense of Baker with claims Baker had been attacked for partisan gain. Baker was appointed to the FBI's general counsel by Comey in 2014 and has had what many consider a long and distinguished history within the intelligence community. According to his FBI bio, Baker worked as a federal prosecutor in the criminal division of the Department of Justice during the 1990s, joined the Office of Intelligence Policy and Review in 1996. In 2006 Baker received the George H.W. Bush Award for Excellence in Counterterrorism, the CIA's highest counterterrorism award. According to his biography, during Baker's long and distinguished career he received the NSA's Intelligence Under Law Award, the NSA Director's Distinguished Service Medal, and DOJ's highest award, the Edmund J. Randolph Award. He is a fellow at the Institute of Politics at the John F. Kennedy School of Government at Harvard University and a lecturer at Harvard Law School. Wray is resisting any and all efforts to learn more about Peter Strzok. Strzok was a counterintelligence agent with the FBI and upon discovery of the anti-Trump texts was removed from Mueller's team and reassigned to the FBI's Human Resources Division. Likewise, Page also served on Mueller's team but returned back to her post with the FBI over the summer. Both are still presently employed with the FBI at this time. When asked directly what exactly was meant by the insurance policy text message and whether it referred to McCabe, a spokesperson with the Justice Department refused to comment, stating they were unable to comment on their exact nature but that Strzok was cleared to be interviewed by Congress directly. Now the left is in full-on meltdown mode in their attempts to do damage control as the fruits of their dirty dealings continue to be revealed. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. The Hill published a nearly hysterical narrative proclaiming to one and all that if special counsel Robert Mueller is fired as a result of this then that is an impeachable offense. The article also accuses pro-Trump Republicans in Congress of waging an orchestrated political war against the FBI. Despite the fact that President Trump has emphatically and repeatedly stated he has no intention of firing Mueller, the mainstream media continues to wring their hands and screech incoherently at anyone who will listen that President Trump telling Mueller "you're fired" is imminent. It is worthy to note that Baker's abrupt departure comes just a short 6 months after the leaking scandal and mere days after Attorney General Jeff Sessions instructed DOJ prosecutors to begin asking FBI agents for explanations regarding evidence pertaining to a dormant criminal investigation into the controversial Uranium One deal linked directly to Bill and Hillary Clinton. Meanwhile, despite stark evidence to the contrary, the left continues to maintain that there was indeed significant bias in the FBI that existed prior to the 2016 presidential election, except it was towards President Donald Trump. The Hill states, "The big truth is that to the degree that there was bias in the FBI before the 2016 election, that bias was in favor of Trump, and demonstrated by Comey's intervention in the final days of the campaign. Yeah, facts they are not so good with those." It continues with, "The real issue regarding obstruction of justice is whether the president repeatedly fired those investigating the Russian attack against America that intelligence, counterintelligence and law enforcement unequivocally state has happened, and continues today. It seems the Soros-funded propaganda is working overtime in order to mislead and misinform the American public. Many on both sides predict a violent clash is inevitable. The left claiming if Mueller is fired violence will ensue, except since the election of Trump to office many have already fallen victim to left-wing violence in Boston, Durham, Charlottesville, Portland, Seattle, Chicago, and many other places from the likes of Antifa, Black Lives Matter, and other Soros-funded organizations. The right is claiming they can only be pushed so far before they will strike back, many citing impeachment proceedings against President Donald Trump as the straw that might break the proverbial camel's back.